Most people never truly meet themselves. They meet the version built for survival, the mask that performs stability, the voice that knows what to say, the version shaped to be acceptable. But beneath that version, something else exists. Not louder at first, just older. And it has been watching you for a very long time. Tonight, we are not using cards to predict anything. We are using them to reflect. This is the mirror spread. It does not show the future, it shows what has been operating underneath it. Most people think cartomancy is about fate, but symbols were never meant to point outward, they point inward. Every archetype is a psychological fragment wearing a costume, a reflection of something inside you, waiting for language. The deck does not speak to the universe. It speaks to what you have not been able to hear in yourself. Before we begin, the space matters. Not because it is magical, but because the mind listens differently. Dim the noise. Slow your breath. Let your attention become heavier. Now, shuffle the cards. Not quickly, not mechanically. Slow enough that you can feel the hesitation between movements, like you are stirring something that has settled for too long. Now, lay the spread. 6 positions, 6 reflections. The first position is the mask. This is the self you present without thinking. The identity you repeat so often it feels permanent. But masks are not lies, they are strategies. And sometimes they are prisons that look like personalities. The second position is the fracture. This is where the surface begins to crack. Here lives the emotion you redirect instead of express. The feeling you rationalize instead of feel. The truth you delay because it would disrupt the version of you that feels safe to maintain. The third position is the hunger. This is what you actually want. Not what you were told to want. Not what sounds acceptable. But the desire that keeps returning in quiet moments. This is often the most avoided card because it does not ask for permission. It simply reveals absence. The fourth position is the watcher beneath. This is the pattern underneath the pattern. The part of you that repeats cycles even when you swear you have changed. The invisible script that shapes your reactions. This is where the shadow becomes recognizable, not as something evil, but as something unintegrated. The fifth position is the echo. This is what your past self still carries into your present. Not memories, but emotional residue. Old interpretations of pain that never fully updated. This is where time folds into behavior, where yesterday becomes reaction today. The sixth position is the bridge. This is the path forward, not escape, not denial, integration. What happens when the shadow is no longer resisted but understood? Because what is understood stops needing to force its way into your life unconsciously. Now pause. Do not rush the interpretation. Most people want to immediately label what they see, but the mirror spread is not asking for labeling. It is asking for recognition. There is a difference. Labeling closes the experience. Recognition opens it. If what you see feels uncomfortable, that is not failure. That is contact. Most of the self operates in silence until it is witnessed, and witnessing changes its shape. The shadow is not something to destroy, it is something to reintroduce, because what you reject in yourself does not disappear. It simply begins to steer your life without your awareness. And here is the difficult part. The deck is not revealing something new. It is revealing something familiar that you have avoided naming. That is why it feels intense, not because it is external, but because it is accurate. So the question is not what the cards say. The question is, what part of you recognizes what is being shown before your mind tries to explain it away? Because the goal was never prediction. The goal was visibility. And once something becomes visible, it can no longer fully control you from the dark. And when you close this spread, do not think of it as finished. Think of it as opened. Something that will continue revealing itself long after the cards are put away. Because the mirror does not disappear when you stop looking. It simply waits for you to look again.